Welcome to our channel. Clark, Christine Brennan, and how racial stereotypes persist in the media's WNBA coverage. Caitlin Clark effect, or the impact on women's basketball from a ponytailed rookie phenomenon from America's heartland, is real. The 2024 WNBA season shattered viewership, attendance, and merchandise sales records. Clark, however, didn't get a chance to compete for a league title. The Connecticut Sun eliminated Clark's team, the Indiana Fever, in the first round of the playoffs with a 2-game sweep, ending her record Rookie of the Year campaign. And it may be just the latest chapter in a complicated saga steeped in race. During the first game of the series, the fingers of Sun guard Dejanai Carrington hit Clark in the eye as Carrington followed through on a block attempt of a Clark shot. During the next day's media availability, USA Today columnist Christine Brennan recorded and posted an exchange between herself and Carrington. In the brief clip, the veteran sports writer asks Carrington, who is black, if she purposely hit Clark in the eye during the previous night's game. Though Carrington insisted she didn't intentionally hit Clark, Brennan persisted, asking the guard if she and a teammate had laughed about the incident. The question sparked social media outrage, statements from the Players' Union and the league, media personalities weighing in, and more. Hit the pause button here. As a longtime sports writer who has covered the WNBA, and as a journalism scholar who studies women's sports and fandom, I'll concede that Brennan's line of questioning seems, on its face, like business as usual in sports journalism. After all, haven't most baseball fans seen a scribe ask a pitcher if he intentionally beaned a batter? But Brennan's questions were not asked in a vacuum. The emergence of a young, white superstar from the heartland has caused many new WNBA fans to pick sides that fall along racial lines. Brennan's critics claim she was pushing a line of questioning that has dogged black athletes for decades, that they are aggressive and undisciplined. Because of that, her defense of her questions and her unwillingness to acknowledge the complexities has left this professor disappointed in one of her journalistic heroes. Brennan and much of the mainstream sports media, particularly those who cover professional women's basketball, still seem to have a racial blind spot. When the WNBA launched in 1997 in the wake of the success of the 1996 Olympic gold medal-winning U.S. women's basketball team, it did so under the watch of the NBA. The NBA set out to market its new product, in part, to a white, heterosexual fan base. While the league experienced fits and starts in attendance and ratings over its lifetime, the demographic makeup of its players is undeniable. The WNBA is, by and large, a black, queer league. In 2020, the Women's National Basketball Players Association reported that 83% of its members were people of color, with 67% self-reporting as Black African American. While gender and sexual identity hasn't been officially reported, a substantial proportion, the WNBPA reported, identify as. In 2020, the league's diversity was celebrated as players competed in a bubble in Bradenton, Florida. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, they protested racial injustice, helped unseat a U.S. senator who also owned Atlanta's WNBA franchise, and urged voters to oust former President Donald Trump from the White House. Racial tensions bubble to the surface. In the middle of it all, the WNBA has more eyeballs on it than ever before. And without mincing words, the fan base has gotten wider since Clark's debut this past summer. As the Wall Street Journal pointed out in July, those white viewers of college women's basketball have emphatically turned their attention to the pro game, in large part due to Clark's popularity at the University of Iowa. Money is also pouring into the league through a lucrative media rights deal and new sponsorship partners. While the rising tide following Clark's transition to the WNBA is certainly lifting all boats, it is also bringing detritus to the surface in the form of racist jeers from the stands and on social media. After the Sun dispatched the Fever, all WNBA forward Alyssa Thomas, who seldom speaks beyond soundbites, said in a post-game news conference, "I think in my 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it. Thanks you for watching. Stay connected with us for more videos.